Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we share meaningful lessons and simple joys from everyday life. You know, at my age, I've gradually come to accept that being glamorous isn't everything. Honestly, I thought I was way past caring so much about skincare. But just the other morning, something unexpected happened. I was at our local community center for a regular meeting, and an old friend came up to me. She leaned in and said, "Sarah, you look different lately. Have you been to a clinic? Had something done?" I just laughed and replied, "Oh, no way. I wouldn't spend that kind of money. I've just been using something really cheap." Later, when I walked into the restroom and saw myself in the mirror, I was genuinely surprised. The fine lines around my eyes, especially the ones I thought were permanently etched there, looked much softer, and somehow my skin seemed to have a gentle glow, almost like it was lit from within. My friend is quite persistent, you know, she just couldn't let it go. "Seriously, what is it? Don't keep secrets," she urged. I just smiled and gently touched my face. "Well," I told her, "every night before bed I just apply a thin layer of Vaseline." "That's right. Just a small jar I bought at the local drugstore for a few dollars." Her eyes widened in disbelief. "Really? I've been using creams that cost hundreds and I haven't seen this kind of result." I understand that feeling. So many of us look in the mirror and feel a pang of disappointment. We see the wrinkles, the signs of aging, and we start to panic a little. Someone recommends an expensive product and we rush out to buy it, only to find little difference and a much lighter wallet. Today, I want to share a personal experience and a method that costs less than a cup of coffee, yet its effects have surprised even the experts. And the best part? This isn't some old wives' tale or a beauty myth. It's a concept backed by over 40 years of research and observation from a highly respected doctor I learned about online, Dr. Chen. He's considered one of the most knowledgeable skin specialists focusing on mature skin, and he's helped countless older adults restore their skin health through one surprisingly simple habit: using ordinary petroleum jelly or Vaseline. So pour yourself a warm cup of tea, settle in, and let me tell you this quiet yet powerful story. It's not just about skincare. It's about learning to care for ourselves again. This all began over 3 decades ago. Dr. Chen was already a well-regarded dermatologist. He was invited to attend a special training program and visit leading cosmetic research labs here in the United States. One day, he was shown a unique anti-aging cream, beautifully packaged, with a price tag upwards of $2,000. It sat in a display case like a precious jewel. A brand executive proudly presented it. "Dr. Chen," they said, "this is our flagship product. The latest formula, the ingredients everyone wants." But when Dr. Chen looked at the ingredient list, he paused. He saw something that gave him pause. The main ingredient wasn't some rare extract or cutting-edge peptide. It was common mineral oil or petrolatum, the main component of Vaseline. At first, he was confused, but then the truth became clear. The beauty industry wasn't just about science. It was deeply intertwined with marketing, image, and perception. That moment shifted something for him. He decided to focus his efforts on finding ways to offer honest, effective, and affordable skincare, especially for older adults who often aren't chasing luxury, but simply want to see a gentler reflection of themselves in the mirror. That's how his philosophy, centered around practical care for aging skin, began. And these positive results didn't stay confined to labs or clinics. They started appearing in real people like me and maybe like you. People who might have felt like they had to give up, believing aging meant losing yourself, found a small way to reclaim something through simple, consistent habits. Over the years, Dr. Chen treated thousands of faces, but one story stayed with him deeply. It was about a woman in her mid-70s, let's call her Mrs. Johnson. She came to see him looking weary, her voice heavy. "Doctor," she said, "I spend a fortune every month on creams and serums, but my skin just seems to get worse. It's so dry and itchy. Maybe this is just what getting old means. I can't fight it." Dr. Chen didn't criticize her choices or dismiss her feelings. He simply said, "Mrs. Johnson, will you give me 3 months? But this time, let's put away all the expensive products and just use one thing, Vaseline." Mrs. Johnson was skeptical at first. How could something so cheap, a jar of ointment that cost just a few dollars, possibly compete with the high-end skincare she'd used for years? But perhaps it was her trust in the doctor, or just the sheer exhaustion from trying so many expensive things that hadn't worked, that finally made her agree to try. And so began her 3-month journey. Every night, after gently washing her face, she followed the doctor's instructions. Apply just a thin, almost invisible layer of Vaseline, lightly like a feather's touch, Not too much, not too little, and just as he advised, she didn't skip a single night. No shortcuts, no second guessing. Just quiet, steady commitment. 3 months later, when she returned to the clinic, she looked at the doctor and said, "I don't know if it's just my imagination, but my granddaughter says I look younger." Dr. Chen smiled warmly. He saw the change too. The deeply etched lines were softer. Her skin, which had been rough and tired, now looked soft, radiant, and felt more alive. Mrs. Johnson laughed as she recalled her granddaughter's words. "Grandma, did you go to the beauty salon? Your skin looks so smooth and glowy." From this story, Dr. Chen explained why something as simple as Vaseline could have such a profound impact on mature skin. As we age, the first thing our skin loses isn't color or elasticity, it's moisture. The skin barrier weakens and water evaporates faster than ever. This is why wrinkles form. Think of dry, cracked earth. Vaseline, though plain and fragrance-free, acts like a seal. It locks in the moisture our skin desperately needs to keep. Imagine a bowl of water left uncovered. It evaporates quickly, but cover it and the same water stays fresh much longer. Dr. Chen said, Vaseline is like that lid. It's not a magic potion, it can't stop time, but it can help us protect what we still have. Softness, hydration, and yes, even a little bit of regained confidence. After Mrs. Johnson's transformation, more and more people, colleagues and patients alike, started asking Dr. Chen, "Is just Vaseline enough? I want to brighten my skin, reduce wrinkles, but I can't keep spending a fortune." The doctor would just smile gently. "Vaseline is the foundation," he'd say, "but if you add the right combinations, the results can rival any clinic treatment." He shared 4 simple techniques he'd refined over his 50 years of caring for older adults. He said these simple additions could enhance the effects of Vaseline by 2 or 3 times. Technique 1. Combining Vaseline with a lightweight hydrating serum. Dr. Chen shared how his own granddaughter gave him an expensive serum with hyaluronic acid. This ingredient is known for holding up to 1,000 times its weight in water. But he explained if not properly sealed, that moisture can disappear quickly. The trick? Apply the serum, wait about a minute, then take a tiny dab of Vaseline, about the size of a grain of rice. Gently pat or dot it onto the areas where you applied the serum. This helps seal the moisture deep into the skin. The result? A 69-year-old patient told him, "I didn't even change my serum, I just added the Vaseline step, and my skin is smoother and brighter than ever before." It truly works. Technique 2. Combining Vaseline with a hyaluronic acid or other repairing mask. Dr. Chen once treated a 74-year-old woman, Mrs. Miller, who reacted to hyaluronic acid masks. Her skin would get red and irritated, so she had to stop using them. He explained that while these masks can be effective for boosting collagen and cell turnover, older skin is often too sensitive to handle them alone. His advice: apply the mask as usual, wait about 30 minutes, then gently apply a thin layer of Vaseline. After removing the mask and patting in the remaining serum, this can soothe irritation, lock in the moisture, and allow the active ingredients to work more gently. Mrs. Miller followed his guidance, and within weeks, her skin looked calmer and, better yet, her fine lines were noticeably softer. A useful reminder. These masks should only be used at night, as sun exposure can decrease their effectiveness or even cause adverse reactions. Technique 3. Enhancing brightening serums with Vaseline. For those hoping to even out skin tone or fade dark spots, Dr. Chen advised combining Vaseline with a brightening serum. He mentioned his daughter used this method for 3 months, and the pigmentation on the sides of her face significantly faded, and her overall complexion looked brighter and fresher. The method is simple. First, apply your brightening serum and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Then, gently apply a thin layer of Vaseline over the areas where you applied the serum. This helps to not only seal in the brightening ingredients but also allows them to be absorbed more slowly and evenly by the skin, reducing the risk of irritation and enhancing overall effectiveness. Technique 4. Combining Vaseline with a repairing cream or serum, like one with ceramides or peptides. Many who have tried creams with repairing ingredients know they help restore the skin barrier, fade scars, and smooth fine lines. But one thing most people don't realize is that without an extra protective layer, many of these benefits can evaporate in just a few hours. This is where Vaseline comes in. It acts like a guard, sealing in those nourishing ingredients, allowing your skin to absorb them throughout the night. Dr. Chen often spoke of a colleague, also a dermatologist, who is now 83 but whose skin looks closer to 60. His secret? Daily use of a good repair cream followed by a thin layer of Vaseline. No luxury needed, just consistency and the right technique. Chen often reminded people that Vaseline itself isn't the miracle. The real magic is in how you use it and whether you stick with it. Everyone's skin is different, which is why he encouraged people to pick one or two methods that suited their needs. Starting tonight, you don't need to spend hundreds or thousands. Just a few minutes, a simple habit. You might wake up in the morning and feel a quiet sense of joy. Your skin will feel refreshed, like it's waking up too. And you might see something unexpected in the mirror. A brighter, smoother look. Even the confidence you thought was gone. But Chen also posed a powerful question. Have you ever wondered, after doing so much for your face, why people can still guess your true age? After treating thousands of patients, Chen uncovered a sobering truth. Most of us focus all our attention on our faces, completely neglecting other areas that give away our age. In terms of age, our face isn't the only part that reveals our years. Chen spent decades caring for older adults and discovered 5 often overlooked areas that silently but accurately show our age, unless we learn to care for them. The silent age markers. One day, a 78-year-old woman came to his clinic, proudly showing off her smooth face. But when she turned her head, the wrinkles on her neck were shocking, even to herself. No one had told her that the neck needed just as much care. Chen explained that neck skin is thinner and has fewer oil glands than face skin, making it prone to dryness and wrinkles. He advised her to gently apply a thin layer of Vaseline after her regular face cream each night, massaging upwards from the collarbone. After just 1 month she returned, her eyes sparkling. "Doctor," she said, "my neck feels so much smoother. I can finally wear tops with open necklines confidently." Hands, the clear mark of time. A 70-year-old man came to Chen before his wedding anniversary. "Doctor," he said, "I'm afraid to take pictures with my grandkids. My hands look so dry and old, like tree bark." The doctor shared a simple tip. Use hand cream, then apply a layer of Vaseline over it, and wear cotton gloves before bed. A week later the man called excitedly. "Doctor, my hands are soft again. My kids said they look like they did decades ago." Ears and earlobes, the neglected corners. Chen used to tell his daughter, "When you say goodnight to grandma and hug her, you touch her neck and her ears, not just her face. And those areas age quickly." He suggested extending your skincare routine to your ears, gently rubbing a little face cream and Vaseline onto the earlobes and the edges of the ears. This small habit can help the entire face area look fresher over time, because those forgotten details received attention. Lips and mouth corners, the mirror of emotion. Mrs. Lee, 75, once said, "I can't stand looking in the mirror. My lips and mouth corners are full of wrinkles. I look sad even when I'm not." The doctor gave her one instruction: apply a slightly thicker layer of Vaseline on her lips and around the corners of her mouth every night before sleep. This helps soften the lines caused by years of talking, laughing, and living. A month later she was back. "I came to see Chen, it's me," she said. "But now I don't look tired anymore. I can smile easily." Caring for aging skin doesn't have to be complicated. A simple jar of Vaseline, used mindfully and consistently, can help preserve the light in every subtle curve and the dignity in every glance. Since Chen shared these 5 age-revealing areas, many older viewers have been asking him, "Doctor, I understand I should care for these areas, but how much should I use? What's the order? Can you teach us the right way?" Today I want to teach you this step-by-step routine, not just as someone who has used it, but as someone who has experienced its benefits over the years. These steps are not just about caring for your skin. They're about treating yourself with patience and care. Okay, everyone, let's get into the specifics of Chen's recommended, gentle and effective Vaseline evening skincare routine. This method is particularly great for mature skin. It's very mild, and the results are noticeable and real. There are 7 gentle little steps in total. Please follow along with me, and we'll go through it step by step. It's very simple. Step 1. Gentle cleansing. First, we start with cleansing. Before bed, wash your face with warm water. Remember, warm water, not hot. Why warm water? Because hot water strips away too much of our skin's precious natural oils all at once, making your skin drier. Then use a soft towel to gently pat your face dry. Absolutely avoid rubbing or pulling your skin. That can damage it. The main point here is to wash away the day's dirt, grime, or sunscreen using the gentlest possible method, without irritating your skin. Step 2. Leave slightly damp. After washing and patting dry, pay attention. Don't completely dry your face until it feels tight. Leave your skin surface just a little bit damp. Doing this helps your subsequent skincare products absorb better, and it also gives the Vaseline more water to lock in when you apply it later, which improves its effectiveness. So leaving a slight dampness is preparation for the next steps. Step 3. Apply serums or treatments, if using. Alright, next is step 3. Apply your basic skincare products. If you habitually use a serum, a moisturizer, or maybe a brightening serum, now is the time to apply them. You can think of Vaseline as a really great, powerful coat. It helps lock in warmth, lock in moisture, but you need to wear clothes underneath the coat for it to work effectively. The clothes here are your serums or moisturizers, so put on your clothes. First, of course, if you don't use any other products at all, and just cleanse your skin, that's perfectly fine. You can just skip this step and move to the next. After applying any other products, pause for about 1 to 2 minutes to let them absorb a little. This short, quiet moment is also a little break for both your skin and your mind, right? Take a deep breath and relax. Step 4. Apply a thin layer of Vaseline to dry facial areas. Okay, now it's time for our main player, Vaseline. This is step 4. Take a tiny bit of Vaseline. How much? About the size of a green pea. Seriously, you don't need much. Rub it between your fingertips lightly to warm it up slightly. This makes it easier to apply. Then, using your fingertips, gently, dot or pat it onto the areas of your face that feel particularly dry or have more fine lines. For example, under the outer corners of your eyes, around the corners of your mouth, or on your cheeks if they are dry. Remember a key point. Vaseline is meant to seal in moisture. It's not absorbed into your skin. It forms a barrier on the surface. So using too much is counterproductive. A green pea size is often enough for targeted areas. Too much can feel greasy and might even block sweat glands or pores, causing problems. And crucially, avoid applying it to areas that are naturally oily or prone to breakouts, like your forehead, nose, and chin, your T-zone. Vaseline is like adding a warm blanket for dry skin, not adding an extra burden for oily skin. Only use it on the dry areas that need extra moisture and sealing. Step 5. Neck care. Next is step 5. Let's take care of our neck. Don't forget our neck. This is one of the areas that gives away our age most easily. Take about a fingertip-sized amount of Vaseline and rub it between your palms to spread it out. Then, using your palms, gently, massage it onto your neck with upward strokes, starting from your collarbone and moving up towards your jawline. Remember a very important tip here. When applying anything to your neck, the direction is always upwards. Never apply downwards, as this pulls at the skin and can worsen sagging over time. Upward, gentle massage helps distribute the Vaseline evenly and lock in moisture for your neck skin, helping it feel firmer and smoother. Step 6. Hand and joint care. Step 6. Let's care for our hands and joints. These are often overlooked but incredibly important areas that reveal our age. After taking a shower or washing your hands before bed, while the skin is still warm and slightly damp, if you use a hand cream, apply that first. Then, apply a thin layer of Vaseline over it, especially on the backs of your hands, your knuckles, and areas like your elbows. These spots get dry and rough easily. If you want to give your hands an intensive treatment or a mini mask, you can apply a slightly thicker layer of Vaseline, then wrap your hands in a warm towel for a few minutes to help absorption, and then put on cotton gloves to sleep. Try doing this once or twice a week. You'll wake up with hands that feel incredibly soft and smooth, like a child's. Your elbows and knees are the same. After a shower, when the skin is damp, apply a little Vaseline and massage it in for great results. Step 7. Ear, earlobe, lip and mouth corner care. The final step, step 7, is to care for your ears, earlobes, and your lips and mouth corners. Even though these areas are small, they also quietly show signs of aging, and lips and mouth corners in particular get fine lines easily. Take a tiny amount of Vaseline on your fingertip, just a small dab, and gently apply it to your earlobes and the skin around the edges of your ears. Next, use the same small amount and apply it to your lips and around the corners of your mouth, especially on those little vertical lines that form from talking and smiling. Gently dot or press it in. Vaseline's moisturizing and sealing effect helps to soften the skin in these areas, making lip lines and mouth corner lines look less deep, and your lips will feel softer and fuller. And when the lines around your mouth are softer, your whole face looks kinder and more relaxed. Taking care of these little details makes your entire face and head area look more polished and can make you look noticeably younger. See, those 7 steps are really simple, right? Even doing all of them takes just a few minutes. It's a simple but very effective bedtime ritual. Its purpose isn't just skincare. It's about taking a few moments at the end of your day to gently care for yourself, to tend to every part of your body, especially those spots we tend to forget. Dr. Chen, with his 40 years of experience and my own personal experience during this time, have both shown that this simple Vaseline-based skincare method is undeniably effective. It doesn't require you to spend a fortune or learn complicated theories. It just requires consistency and a willingness to be gentle with yourself. Dr. Chen once said something that really struck me. No one wakes up one morning with great skin. Good skin, especially skin that looks good as you age, comes from day after day, year after year of careful, gentle care. Maybe the changes aren't obvious at first, but if you stick with it, one day in a week or a month, you will see a reflection of yourself in the mirror that looks radiant and full of light because it has been truly cared for. That quote was very encouraging to me, and I hope it encourages you too watching this. Try this simple habit. Starting tonight, you don't need to buy expensive bottles or jars. Just grab that ordinary jar of Vaseline, spend a few minutes, and build this simple little habit. Maybe after a while you'll be like me or like Mrs. Johnson in my story, waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and feeling a quiet, happy surprise. Your skin will feel more comfortable, more hydrated, and that subtle glow can bring back that sense of confidence you might have thought was gone. Alright, that's the story I wanted to share today. I hope Dr. Chen's wisdom and my own experience have given you some ideas. Maybe starting tonight, you'll pick up that jar of ordinary Vaseline and begin your simple skincare journey. If you found today's information helpful, or if you have any thoughts or questions about this method, please leave them in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you and chat with everyone. If you enjoy the simple wisdom and life lessons we share here, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please take care, and please remember to be kind to yourself, starting with the simplest things.